Hi, this is Nick Marine, and welcome to Let's Read Japanese, course series for the reading of Japanese text alongside its audio counterpart. Today's episode is Shinya Shokudo Season 2, Episode 9, or the 19th episode of the series. Again, these are episodic in nature, so I can't tell you, it doesn't matter what happened before or what's going to happen later. These are all kind of individual stories, which the benefit is, since they're all self-contained, you can watch them in the order, and it's just as enjoyable. And so you can find your favorites and watch it, as opposed to something that might be episodic in nature, or serial in nature. All right, so with that said, if you end up enjoying this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Feedback's always welcome. If you like the series, like to see more, subscribe to the channel. I plan to do a lot more like these. This is all part of the Let's Learn Japanese project. Now, if you like that project and what I'm doing to help the Japanese learning community, you can support that via the Patreon. With the links to it below in the comments. There's also links to the Let's Learn Japanese website that Otaku Dave put together, the Let's Learn Japanese community Discord. Finally, if you'd like to hire me on commission, there's a direct link there. That's the hourly rates, and the payments are done via the Patreon. And by commission, usually it's technical assistance or advice, usually people wanting to get started and having a little confusion or some questions about a lot of the materials or resources that are available, instead of basically going to get a jump start on that without having to limit the amount of research. Sometimes has to go into finding the right thing that fits you. Alrighty, with that, let's get started. I'm going to try to get through these a little faster because my wife has a house party planned today, although I have to work through that, so we'll see how that's going to work out. All right, also today, oddly enough, it's actually anyway, today I'm doing this on July 23rd. I'll just mention it right now. This is like the first opening day of the Olympics. So what they did is they shifted Umi no Hi, which is Ocean Day or Sea Day. It was a Japanese holiday, but they shifted it to, they shifted it to Friday, kind of, I think it to correspond with the Olympics. So maybe have like a Friday and a Monday, give people a longer weekend to appreciate the Olympics. Even though, again, through reasons, there's heavy limitations on the Olympics. I'm not going to get into the politics or the controversy surrounding the fact that it has been postponed for maybe another year, which might have been a better idea. But yeah, that's happening today as I'm doing the live stream. Obviously, this should, as a video, after I make it private, it's gonna become public again on July the 30th. And then, well, hopefully I can get 2 videos done. If not, I'll try to do another video tomorrow, my time, and whatnot. By the way, after this particular series, this is like episode 9, so again, one more episode left in the season. Then after that, I'm going to be doing Kyoen Injin, which is a 7-episode series on Netflix. It was released on Japanese television last year. My wife and I enjoyed it, so I look forward to doing a Let's Read on it. And then after season 3, I'm debating on what I'm going to try to do, but yeah, hopefully I've got some other good shows. And what I might try to do is dip into my own private stash. I tend not to, but right now I've been leaning on Netflix, but there might be some benefits to going into some of the stuff from the 2000s, which were some dramas back at that time, which I found were really enjoyable that yeah, you're just not going to experience those again very easily. They sometimes get rebroadcast on Japanese television, so those might be good shows to do Let's Reads on, especially if there's either subtitles or transcripts available. I really would like to do, I still want to do Tiger and Dragon. I definitely need to get into doing that. I really like that series, and I'd like to do a Let's Read on it. Same with, there's another couple series I also like to do by the same scriptwriter. I already did one, Yusei no Kizuna. So that was like one of my first Let's Reads, earlier Let's Reads. All right. With that said, let's get started. Sorry about the longer introduction. Alrighty, earphones. Okay, let's get forward.
一日が終わり、人々が家路へと急ぐ頃、俺の一日は始まる。営業時間は夜12時から朝7時頃まで。人は深夜食堂って言ってるよ。メニューはこれだけ。あとは勝手に注文してくれりゃ、できるもんなら作るよってのが俺の営業方針さ。客が来るかって？ それが結構来るんだよ。
Alright. Today's episode is Nikuja Jaga. Nikujaga. Jagaimo? So is that potatoes? We already did potato salad. Maybe it's potatoes and meat. I don't know. That looks good though. Tonzuru. Butatsuru. Jiru. Still looks good.
たまに自分が食べたくて。
Actually, I think I saw this last night with my wife. I didn't really watch it closely.
多めに作るのがこれさ。どうだい？
どうだい？
うまいです。
うまいです。
お袋の味ってやつだな。
お袋の味って。
うちのはもうちょっと甘かったけどな。
こんばんは。いらっしゃい。
Why is it doing that? こんばんは。いらっしゃい。
いいとこに来た。
お、これ。
肉じゃ食べるかい？
いいっすね。
いいですね。
千秋さん、
千秋さん。
食べます。
金本さんにお任せする。
この人千秋さんって言って、僕のいい人なんです。
I guess it's a good way of saying good friend, but we're not really going out yet.
おいしい。
そう。どうした？
どうした？
牛肉なんだ。
なんだ？
うちはそうだけど苦手かい？
恥ずかしいんですけど、私の実家は牛肉買うお金がなくて豚肉だったんです。
ああ。
すき焼きもずっと豚でやるんだと思ってて。
I guess that's alright. I mean, yeah, okay, I see what they mean. Yes, yeah. Usually it's like thin slices of beef instead, for.
どこの家にも事情あるよ。なあマスター。
ああ。
これからは好きなだけ牛肉食べさせてあげるからね。
嬉しい。じゃあ今度私が肉じゃが作ってあげる。でも牛肉でうまく作れるかしら。
何でもいいから、千秋さんのひたむきな顔を見てるだけで。
ひたむきな。Come on, get out of here. Yeah, there we go. ひたむき。Honestly. 一つものを熱中する様。一つのことに一生懸命になる。Okay, so there we go. Earnestly, okay. ひたむきな。
何でもいいから、千秋さんのひたむきな顔を見てるだけでお腹いっぱいだから。
金本さん。
That's a very sweet way of talking to it. I'm impressed.
千秋ちゃん。
千秋ちゃん。Saeed. Is it Saeed or Syed?
酒で人生狂って
Okay. 酒で人生。
家庭までなくしたあいつがだよ。
Let me hear that again.
酒で人生狂って家庭までなくしたあいつがだよ。人間生きてりゃいいことある。俺はつくづくそう思ったね。
つくづく。Why am I forgetting what that is thoroughly? Okay. What is?
俺はつくづくそう思ったね。
つくづく。
でもそんな美人がどうして才能バツイチと結婚するわけ？
So yeah, バツイチ。バツ2俺は。
いくらでも条件のいい男は選べるのに。
騙されてんじゃないの？金目当てじゃない？
金目当て。See if that's an actual phrase. Oh, jeez. I would not have guessed that. 金目当て。Interesting. So here's 金目。金時に価値があってか。Okay, okay. 金目当て。
金目当てじゃない？
君たち人生の辛酸を舐め尽くしたせいで。
Sour? 人生 spicy and well, 辛酸。辛い思い。Okay, like a very cruel way of thinking. 舐めつく。全部舐めて。like just, well, they're 舐める kind of like being dismissed, kind of like, don't fuck with me, fucking with somebody. I don't know. There's a better way of phrasing that, I'm sure. 舐めつくす。舐めてしまう。舐める。Let's look at the. Yeah, there we go. Make fun of, put down, treat with contempt. 舐めるな. Which I know if you wanted to literally translate like "don't lick me," which obviously, yeah, don't fuck with me. I think it's a better way of saying it. Don't screw with me. Don't play with me. I like that.
君たち人生の辛酸を舐め尽くしたせいで心が狭くなってる。もっと寛容にならなくちゃ。
心配。
寛容。これが okay. Oh yeah, open or wide heart. 寂しく。Yeah, be yeah, be kind and gentle. Be open-hearted. Yeah, tolerance. There we go.
心が狭くなってる。もっと寛容にならなくちゃ。
心配してやってんじゃないの。
まあ、確かにあいつにはもったいないぐらいいい女だよ。私が肉じゃが作ってあげるだぜ。
私だって作れますけど。
私も。
作る相手がいない女はいい女じゃないと。
作る相手いない。
一人肉じゃが作る女は孤独死しろと。
一人肉? Oh, I'm sorry. She's I get it's very common in Japanese to skip out of adding particles and stuff. 一人肉じゃ。
誰もそこまで言ってないじゃない。ねえ。
のりこ。
おめでとうございます。Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday dear 張さん。
張さん。
私張さんじゃなくて中さんなんだけど。
中さん。
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 誕生日おめでとう。愛する張さんへ。
前立つ全力率愛する父さんね。
誕生日おめでとう。愛する張さんへ。
吹っ飛ばせ。
すいません。
ちょっと見せてみな。ああ、これもう一つ向こうの筋の店だよ。
向こうの筋。So Suji means connected. Probably the next door over. Across the street, next door over.
ありがとうございます。お騒がせしました。失礼します。
Make sure that's I mean, Suji should be like stringer connection. It's also muscle, but.
なんだあれ。
けど彼女可愛かったですね。
結局男ってそう。
若くも可愛くもない女で悪かったわね。
Says the lady who's a stripper that every guy is like fawning over. Come on now. Well, okay, I guess she still got a point. It's like, but they're not saying that. I think they're trying to imply more in what these guys were saying than.
マスター、お二人におかわりを僕につけといてください。
じゃあ私梅で。
はいよ。
少しは分かってきたじゃない。
女の扱い方。
バースデーケーキの女の子はその後も 2,3 回うちに来た。ある日なんかは誕生日のお祝いじゃなくてさ。
これってよくヤクザ映画で見るやつよね。
ヤクザ映画。
ケーキで祝うなんて。昭和はいずこにありにけりだな。
Make sure. So the Showa era is until 1988, or 1989. Okay, my bad. But from 1926 to 1989, that is a long era, by the way. A lot more eras are shorter. Wow, 63 years, huh? From 1926. Showa. And that's been the emperor's birthday. It's usually the previous emperor's birthday anyway, but that one it's changed now to be closer to Golden Week, since the previous emperor abdicated and his son took over. And so the previous emperor is still alive. That's just had not happened in like definitely in living memory, if ever. Sunday. You, Miu-chan, おめでとうございます。Niwatori, something gyoza. Can't take.
でもなんかこれおかしくない？
なんかこれおかしくない？
これじゃあ三代目襲名じゃなくて三代目留名だよ。
ああ。Sandaime. So that means the third person of the name, you Shume. Well, it's not Shume. I mean, well, should be right there. Don't stop that. Probably third person of the name.
これじゃあ三代目襲名じゃなくて三代目留名だよ。
Let's see. 工業総長工業総長様鶏。
本当、衣がないわ。
どうしよう、怒られちゃう。
So they technically misspelled them, but they used dragon instead of this one right here, which is a bit more like shu is attack. Succession to a professional name. Yeah, okay, so that's the actual one. Okay, Shume. Whereas this is you, which is dragon. Okay. Gotcha. Shume. Okay. Shume. Sendai. Okay. I get the humor now. All right, now I'm getting the message.
本当。
Shume.
衣がないわ。
どうしよう、怒られちゃう。
Okay. There's something cool about this. I'll watch it, but food stuff, I don't know. Maybe you don't put in your mouth, since if you're gonna be using food stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, basically just redrew it. All right. Although it probably still need to be chilled, so you probably put it on some type of ice or cold surface so it would chill down fast. Wait a minute. Okami Tots Chido. Where are we at here? Oh. Never mind. Sorry. Okami. Yeah, the first gay person. Sorry. I thought it was like referring to some type of group terminology. It's like, no, never mind. I was also trying to look for it here as well. Fairly skilled fella. Might be involved in where are we at now?
止めてくれるな、おっか
Okay. Oh, here we are. Okay.
さん。背中の竜には衣があった。
Okusan? Okasan, okay.
止めてくれるな、おっかさん。背中の竜には衣が足りぬ。
背中の竜には So I guess that's like a little phrase to help remember how to write the kanji, I guess. Maybe. Anyway, by the way, just to look at the kanji, I mean, as I remember it is like advance, but here's to attack. Well, it also means advance on, succeed to. So it means there's that as well. I've only seen it used as the basic keyword for attack, so that's all I thought about it as. You know, you see it with those soul, but kasane and shu, like definitely shu myo, shu me, shu myo, shu me. I think he said that. Was that shu me? Shu, yeah, shu me. It's a session to a name. All right. Tomete kureru no. All right, let's add this back.
背中の竜には衣が足りぬ。
車、衣、衣。Name? Not like a public name? Generic term. Social. Clothes, dress, coating, icing. And then ifuku. That is ifuku, right? Yeah, ifuku. Kimono. All right, so this clothing. Okay, koromo.
背中の竜には衣が足りぬ。人生踏み外すなよ。
Fumihazus. Stepping out of line. Fumotokoro ni achigaeru. Jomichi matawa. Stray off the path. Miss one's footing. Okay, be on the wrong path.
人生踏み外すなよ。
Okay, she's in love. There's a sax player outside. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, well, I mean, to me, it's not similar because, I mean, like you do, there's two ways of writing dragon. You know, there's the a simpler way, tatsu, in the bottom part of ding, whatever, kame. Then, of course, there's that one, which is stand, moon, and then the complicated thing, because it looks like, you know, like ataru, you know, or ataeru, something like that, and then with the three strokes beneath it. So, I mean, that's dragon, and then below it is, of course, clothing. So it kind of like looks, to me, it looks completely different just because it has an additional part underneath it. Same thing if you put the water beside the dragon, it becomes taki, which is waterfall. If you put the bamboo above dragon, either one, it kind of like becomes either cage or hat, kasa. Yeah, so again, I mean, to me, it just, they don't look similar at all. They just use a part of it is dragon. It just uses dragon, either version of dragon as a part of the kanji. The hard part is, of course, remembering the words or phrases that use it. That's where I would screw up.
こんばんは。
いらっしゃい。今日は配達間違いじゃないか。
Delivery mistake.
バイト終わったんで、この間のお礼も言おうと思って。
今日は来てないよ。
そうですか。お腹空いちゃいました。
何がいい？できるもんなら何でも作るよ。
じゃあ肉じゃができますか？
That'd be kind of funny if part of the reason for her store, part of the charm would be like she purposely makes mistakes on the birthday. That's what makes it kind of funny. Like she makes a funny mistake, a simple but humorous mistake, and then acts all shocked, and like that would be the theme of the business. You know, I mean, I can imagine that would be kind of hilarious.
時間ある？
大丈夫です。
あいよ。
Right, okay. Ayo. 美味しい。少しなし。
美味しい。
もう少し寝かしゃ。もっと味が染み込むんだけどな。
染め込む。染み込む。液体や匂いなどものを生まれ深く入り込む。It's like, basically it's like barrier needed into it. Alrighty. Sink into, soaks, permeate. shimi, and also like kokoro shimi, or like to have it written or bring accept into your mind, or the way you're thinking. I've seen that as well. So shimi. I've seen the kanji as stain, but it kind of makes sense. Like it kind of permeates. Yeah, you see it here as like dye or stain, or right there, but also print. So that's also a benefit if you get the, depending on kanji text. One of the I'll mention this about kanji was that one of the mistakes us early guys who were doing RTK made was depending only on the Heisei keywords. The Heisei keywords are very important. They're very useful, but it's only one particular interpretation and a very specific interpretation of the kanji. And whereas most kanji, because they're used in a variety of vocabulary, they have, instead of a direct meaning, some do have direct meanings, but instead of a direct meaning, it's usually more of a flavor, a taste, an overall meaning, a theme sometimes, depending on how you look at it. And that's not including kanji that are just ataji, which means they really don't have a meaning at all. You know, like ben, for like in bingoshi, the ben in bingoshi, that's used in quite a few words. There's really no real meaning. So the key word they use for valve might be some archaic term in which it was used in that had a more solid meaning. So anyway, just as a, but yeah, having an idea of various meanings for kanji probably would have made the early RTK experiences a lot better, because then we started learning vocabulary like, why does this mean use the kanjis for these two particular meanings? Well, because it's also used and has other meanings as well. And it would have solved that problem. Anyway, let's carry on. Sorry about that. Welcome. Thus concludes my TED Talk.
全然よく染みてます。うちの肉じゃがは豚肉だったんですよね。家が貧乏だったから。
この間の客も同じようなこと言ってたな。すき焼きも豚肉だったって。
うちもです。話合いそう。私6人兄弟の末っ子で、大学入学で上京するまでずっと北海道の田舎で育ったんです。
大家族ってやつだ。
That is a big family, yeah. Even by, especially by Japanese standards.
うちの姉が化粧品のアドバイザーしてて、全国いろんなところで働いてるんですけど、半年ぐらい前から連絡が取れなくなったんです。実家への仕送りも途絶えて。
途絶えて。Okay, just cut off in the middle of it. Okay. 途絶えて。
実家への仕送りも途絶えて、最後に届いた手紙に今新宿で働いてるって書いてあって、だから姉に会えるかもって今のバイト始めて。最初は不思議だったんですよね。
何がだい？
どうして同じ誕生日のホステスさんがこんなにたくさんいるんだろうって。お客さんも騙されてるの分かってて喜ぶって言ってた。
毎日が誕生日ってやつだ。
でもそれって本当かな。
That's kind of an interesting story, you know, just wanted to meet her sister. And it's she cut off contact. Could be reasons for it, like she may, like, because again, you've seen like there are some people who are working in Shinjuku, unfortunately, maybe embarrassed about the jobs they have to take to make financial ends meet. All right, let's skip forward a bit. Okay, praying at the Omaida. Does she see her?
この間は
世の中はいっぱいいっぱい精一杯。人生へこたれんなよ。
人生こたれんなよ。 答えない。Wait a minute, that was the... Okay. I completely forgot, but okay.
ありがとうございました。
Komichi. Alright, let's skip forward a bit. Oh. It's not that.
どうや。
どう
これいけますね。最高っす。やっぱり肉じゃがって子供の頃から刷り込まれた。
刷り込まれた。子供の頃から刷り込まれた。
子供の頃から刷り込まれた男のソウルフードですよね。
ソウルフード。うん。
だよな。
僕は嫌いです。
嫌いです。うん。Kind of a strong statement.
2年前、転勤先の福岡である女性と知り合ったんです。
転勤先 like before he transferred? Yeah, okay, yeah, but it's a transfer within the same company though. Intercompany transfer.
お嫁さんにしたい。お嫁さんに。2年前、転勤先の福岡である女性と知り合ったんです。お嫁さんにしたい。一目でそう思える素敵な人でした。肉じゃがが好きだって言ったら僕のアパートに。
肉じゃが boiled simmer meat and potatoes. Okay, 肉じゃが so it was じゃがいも。肉じゃが
僕肉じゃがが好きだって言ったら僕のアパートに来て作ってくれたんです。それがとってもうまくて。それがきっかけで僕たちは同棲を始めました。ところが毎日肉じゃがなんです。たまには他のものが食べたいって言ったらごめんなさい、私肉じゃがしか作れないの。あなたに好かれたくって肉じゃがだけ一生懸命練習したの。あなたに好かれたくって肉じゃがだけ一生懸命練習したのってグッとくるね。僕もグッときました。
グッと
僕もグッとくるね。僕もグッときました。それでますます彼女アキコって言うんですけど、アキコのことが愛おしくなりました。
わかるわ。
愛しい。可愛く大事な思い様。愛しい。So it becomes some, okay. Something lovable. Okay. Precious, adorable, sweet, yeah. 愛おしい。愛おしい。愛おしい。愛しく。愛しく。
わかるわかる。
アキコのことが愛おしくなりました。
愛おしくなり
わ
ました。
かるわかる。
わかるわかる。
それから2ヶ月後です。アキコが僕の貯金全部下ろしていなくなったのは。
Oh, poor. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that. I mean, that. Okay, sorry. Poor guy.
おめでとうございます。Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
ちょっとね。
Where are we at?
また場所間違えたんじゃないの？
合ってます。僕が自分で頼んだんです。
今日誕生日なの？
Happy birthday 五郎さん。
よし、五郎ちゃん。今日で君は生まれ変わる。過去を捨てて不死鳥のように羽ばたけ。
I know that's the phoenix. 過去を捨てて、不祥のような。不死鳥。
過去を捨てて不死鳥のように羽ばたけ。
ありがとうございます。
あんたも門で祝してさ、一緒にやってよ。
でも
おいおいおい。
あんたも門で祝してさ、一緒に。
Is that a name? 門で自分を言えよ。あんたも
門で祝してさ、一緒にやってよ。
でも私勤務中なんで。
ちょっと一杯だけだから座ってどうぞマサビール。
あ、いいよ。
うまそうですね。
どうぞ。
本当にちょっとでいいんで、もうすぐ赤くなっちゃうから。
Okay. どうぞ。Where are we at? 本当にちょっとでいいんですけど。I assume like赤くなっちゃう. Like maybe it's like because he turned red from getting drunk. Let's just make sure. Nah, they're not saying it. Okay.
本当にちょっとでいいんで、もうすぐ赤くなっちゃうから。
その恥じらい僕嫌いじゃないです。
私が先にお継ぎします。素敵な女性に出会えるといいですね。
いや、すでに会ってる気がします。
Okay.
マスター、肉じゃがあります。彼女がどうしても食べたいって言うんで。
Oh, is that the sister? It's probably the sister.
あるよ。
実は僕たち今日婚約したんです。
おめでと
いや、それはめでたい。座って
おめでとうございます。
Fiance.
改めてフィアンセの千秋さんです。
Oh, that's the lady. Oh my gosh. Oh no. There's no way. No, come on now. That's kind of begging belief. I thought it would like be her sister, which it might still be her sister, but also the lady that took all his money. That would be kind of funny, and like that's just like a twofer there.
僕とうとう人生の伴侶を見つけました。
Okay. Where are we at here? Toto. Long last. Yeah, no, is that right? Okay. Oh. Yeah, I thought it was that one, yeah. Yeah, definitely that one. Bokutoto Jinsei no, let's see, with that one, Anyo. Tomonao Sure. Come along, join society. Companion partner.
僕とうとう人生の伴侶を見つけました。明日彼女の実家の徳島行ってきます。婚前旅行？
婚前旅行って古いな。ひょうたんから怖っ。
どういうこと？
I guess there's a history there. Okay, this is funny.
徳島じゃなくて北海道でしょ？いつから千秋になったの？幸子でしょ、お姉ちゃん。
お姉ちゃん？あっこ！千秋！
Sachiko, Akiko, Chiaki.
肉じゃん！詐欺！幸子って誰？詐欺って何？
お姉ちゃん、いい加減にして。
バレたか。
Oh yeah. Now the wolf Steve shows up. バレたか。
まだそのギャル
？Somehow she's gonna clean up like super nice. Yeah.
昔から嘘泣きが得意だったんですよ。自分に都合の悪いことがあるとすぐ。
責めないでよ。
Says the lady who's like ripping off probably more than two other guys.
一番近い交番どこですか？
その通り出てすぐのところにある。
ちょっとご迷惑をおかけして本当に申し訳ありませんでした。私が責任持って警察に連れてきますから。本当に申し訳ありませんでした。
What if this is also part of the scam? Maybe? Like, are they working together? I hope not, but...
ちょっ荷物ああ、分かったからと言って。
Oh, for fuck's sake, guys. I would still go with them to the police, make sure that the report is being made. I would do that. I mean, just... Well, one guy can't really... I mean, I guess he can claim there probably could be fraud. You know, definitely because, you know, again, because he said that she was trying to make a financial... Definitely one. The other one was theft. Fraud and theft. So that one definitely can make a report. The other one might be a little more difficult. Like, sure, it's because it's evidence. He's like, oh, yeah, it was in the process of being a crime. You know, just because she got stopped in the middle of it didn't stop it from being a crime. I shouldn't laugh at them.
ケーキはやりすぎだと思うけど、やだ、まだベタベタしてる。
お姉ちゃん、私の庭荒らさないでよ。
Yep, it was a...
だってマスターの肉じゃがすごい美味しかったから。ごめん。
確かに美味しかったね。あれ罪だよね。思い出しちゃうね。
ダメ、私たちおセンチ似合わないから。
cinch. Should be 1 centimeter.
だね。
Okay, so Katikiri should be involved with this.
交番。
その後、2人は出頭することもなく、
Showing their face, 出頭することもなく、
町から姿を消した。
Nikujaga Asagi, Kyodai. Okay, Taiho. Okay, so they were captured. Higaisha. Yeah, Higaisha. I'll be honest, I kind of regret. I mean, it'd be kind of funny that I stopped doing the let's reads of the news. That was something I would do usually like prior to doing the regular let's read. I'd like 30 minutes, I'll take out and read the news. And I got used to, you know, you're always seeing Higaisha in the reports of stuff. I kind of feel like I should do that in the morning regardless. It's always good to like catch up on the news in the morning. Like what my fault is, I'll just go and check on Reddit instead, just because you know, because that's I don't do the immersion I should. And that's useful immersion, by the way, especially if you live in Japan, because again, it's just the daily information that everyone's going to be aware of. You can talk about and discuss. But yeah, right now I stopped doing it, so it's like I kind of like. But it gets easy to. It gets easier to like you kind of get into a flow about, you know, reading stories like that. Well, at least they got caught. There we go. And that's unfortunately like when you're doing the, sorry about stopping and whatnot. When you're doing immersion like this with audio immersion, like I said, I'll have the audio ripped and it's playing on my phone, or over an earpiece. Is that, you know, parts like these where it's like showing text, you're not going to see it. Obviously, it's just it's a, you know, because it's listening immersion as opposed to reading immersion. But that's kind of the fun part also after I do this let's read. If I didn't pay attention to what was in the background, when I watch the show again, now that I'm comprehending everything at a much higher level due to doing the let's read, I can also pay attention to the background stuff that helps expand on the story that, you know, you just don't notice just by reading the, you know, the subtitles. This is a good story. This is a fun story now. He's got. Oh man, yeah, I guess he kind of fell for it as well. The egg thing got to be annoying though. I mean, what he's doing with the eggshells.
世の中は世の中は
そうっすか。I eat soup more. That's good. Am I missing something?
さすがのあいつも言葉が出なかった。
He had no words for it. Yeah, because he fell for it too. Alright, that makes sense.
コクを出したいならお砂糖をザラメにするのもありです。
ザラメに Granulated. Okay, ザラメに。
コクを出したいならお砂糖をザラメにするのもありです。
玉ねぎの自然な甘みもコツですよ。
たまんない。
There we go. たまんない。おい。The detective. Okay.
私たち大切なお勤めがあるんで召し上がってください。
残念ながらおさらばです。
おさらばです。分かれること。We have to separate. Okay, 縁が切る。We have to. Okay. Yeah, have nothing. Have to. 分かる時の挨拶。Okay. So what you say when you're about to. Okay. Farewell. Okay. おさらばです。
残念ながらおさらばです。
おさらばです。
めんどくない。
面目ない。ashamed。面目ない。
残念ながらおさらばです。
めんどくない。じゃあおやすみなさい。
Okay. Okay, that was a cute episode. Okay, I apologize for I didn't really. I mean, I've seen the episode sort of. I was like watching it in passing, so I wasn't really following the storyline when I've seen it before. I remember the cake being thrown into the face, so it's like, okay, you see the reaction, so you know, like, oh, okay, that's the lady he was just talking about, which is like, okay, what are the chances there? Cool. And then you realize like she's got the look on. Oh, that's her sister that she's supposed to come to look for. Cool. Does the reaction? I'm not sure if the reaction made sense, but then she obviously played off like, oh, okay, yeah. Like I said, I liked it because there is a TV show my wife and I liked watching now and again. It's called The Confidence Man JP, and you know each one serial. It's not serialized. It's episodic in nature. So it's like each episode you can just watch on its own, no problem. And each one's like a scam that the group is pulling off. Anyway, it's a fun show as well, so it kind of reminded me. But here you didn't know they were starting off as scam artists. But, you know, now when you watch it again, now I can imagine if I rewatch this from the beginning, knowing what's happening, then it's like, okay, now you can pay attention to all the things, the clues is like, oh yeah, this person's not up on the level. You know, because sometimes maybe they'll drop clues like that. Whatnot. I was wondering, like, is she doing this on purpose, making mistakes? It's like, well, that would actually be kind of a nice business model if you say, hey, look, that's part of our business model is to make mistakes, and then the girl acts all embarrassed for making mistakes. Because maybe, again, that that could be a fetish of some guys that like to feel like, oh no, don't be embarrassed. You know, everyone plays the what's the term for it? Not the knight in shining armor, but like playing like the playing protective, but yeah, being protective of someone. You know, what I'm saying, I can imagine that being again, a business model, because in Tokyo you got all sorts of themed restaurants and cafe places and maid cafes and host clubs and whatnot, hostess clubs. Like there's one that's train themed, one that might be jazz themed, one that's maybe everyone dressed in kimono for whatever reason. Maybe it's who knows. If there's probably a theme, someone's going to try to say, hey, you probably get a group of clients that are like that thing, like that mood, the atmosphere that business sets up. Once at this day, okay, have fun doing it. Maybe there's something cute about someone who makes a mistake on a business, in this case, it's the birthday cake, so it's pretty. There's a birthday cake, you're buying that, but you're also buying the act of the mistake, which I think is cute. But here, of course, are the two scammers. Let's see. I try to think of, like, if you've ever been in San Diego, there's something, I think it was called Dick's Last Resort. I think that was it. But part of the thing of, I think it was Dick's, it was the waiters are assholes. But that's the theme. That's the mood of it. It's like they're supposed to be assholes. Like if you're taking too long to put an order, they yell at you for taking too long. They will play jokes on you, like spill a glass of water and then all of a sudden like dump the entire tray that you assume is like full of water, but no, it's just a bunch of empty glasses. Stuff like that. Throw napkins all over the place, making a mess. It's but that's its mood, its theme. I don't know if it still exists. I'm sure it does. But that was in San Diego. I don't know if it's franchised anywhere. That's just as an example. There's Hooters, which is themed. Obviously it's supposed to be ladies in short shorts, tight tops, and endowed, for lack of a better term. That's the theme there. Even though I don't know if the food is that good. I don't know. I'm not a fan of hot wings, so that's why I don't really care for an overpriced bar food. So I'm just not a fan of that. Though there are Hooters in Japan, like 2 or 3. I think one in Yokohama, one in Tokyo. I could be wrong. I've never went there to see if the theme is if they do it differently in Japan than in other areas. Like obviously, and so I assume like maybe there's a slight different change to themes based on what country they're in, for example. But yeah, like I said, I could see that just being a cute business model, and I don't know what you would title it, but the idea of what it would be is it's like birthday cake, but machigai tanjobi or something. I don't know, whatever you call it. I can imagine that would be a popular little thing to give as a joke. Part of the joke is there's a mistake on the greeting, hopefully in a humorous way. That would be the difficult part, is like how to do it humorously. How to do it humorously, because you kind of have to, some of the jokes might not make it, who knows? But it'd be funnier if the joke could be almost like it's a mistake that's like, oh my God, that's a really super embarrassing mistake. That would be hilarious if you can pull that off, if you're creative enough to pull that off. Or, just let the customer decide, like, what do they want the joke to be? All right. That was, I don't think I have time to do another video today. That was, we're almost at an hour. I was hoping I would do these quicker, but this was a fun show. This was a fun episode. And I enjoyed talking about it because, it kind of took a while to kind of figure out, like, okay, where are they going with the story? And even after you found out where they're going with the story, it's like, oh no, there's a bigger shift at the end. At least it was a funny shift. At least that one was funny. So it's like again, that first episode of this season, it hit me like out of nowhere. I didn't expect it to be that sad, and I just started crying right at the end. I couldn't even do this outro discussion thing I normally do at the end of these videos. I just said, hey, sorry, I got to go, and just turned off the video. So I think that was made public yesterday. So it wasn't like I'm embarrassed by it, but again, it was an emotional reaction, and it's just. Oddly enough, it's only been on this particular. No, I take that back. Most of the other dramas don't hit me. There was one it did kind of. It was the ending of Zettai Kareshi, because when Knight basically he technically he dies, and that kind of like had me tearing up. I wasn't on video at the time, so it's like you wouldn't have noticed it, but it was It's like, because again, I'm finally seeing it in detail. It's like, wow, this is a really sad part of the story. You know, it kind of hits you a little harder once you're paying attention to it, to the detail that I'm doing for these Let's Reads. The yeah, none of the others kind of have that kind of sad. Maybe a little bit. Do you say no Kizuna? Because, you know, when the little girl is crying because, you know, she's missing her parents, you know, that kind of just helps you tear up a little bit. But I'd seen that show so often it didn't, you know, I'd already gotten past that point. I did tear up when I read it in the book. When I did the story as a book, you know, that kind of teared me up when you were doing that part with the kids. Since the novel was much different than the book, than the series in quite a few ways. But yeah, that part of the story kind of hit. But yeah, really, it never hit me until these particular dramas of this series, because it's again, I've seen these shows before, a lot of them, but I never paid super attention to them. Now that I'm paying attention to them and like being more invested in the story, so like episode 2 just hit me hard. But I already knew that was going to be a sad story of episode 2 of the first season. But yeah, that story, I just didn't realize it was going to hit that hard, and then boom, it just. All right, but yeah, that was. Then the rest of them have been pretty. You know, this one I thought was kind of got probably the most legit laughter of it, like when the joke was kind of revealed. Because, you know, you had the part where he started having the story about meeting this person, seems like they're like soulmates, you know, loves Nikujaga, and then she took all my money. It just stopped right there. That was just a hilarious break. You couldn't help but just laugh. Just how absurd it was. This great, amazing story that, oh, she was just a thief. Okay. And then it kind of ends the same way with this one, where it's actually 2 different scams that were going on, and it was coming close to fruition. Like he was going to be close to being ripped off by by the sister. Yeah, that would have been okay. Having fallen for a couple scams, not like that, but you know, an eBay scam. So I mean, that was like the biggest couple. You know, it may have been only $300, but it was still up. And I wouldn't say only. I mean, yeah, it still pissed me off to this day. It's just the idea of it was the part that makes me upset. I mean, usually the amount. I mean, if it's an extreme amount where it destroys you, yeah. But just the idea, it could have been $5 or $300 or $300. I mean, if you can afford, it's like it's not a financial distress. It's just the idea of, you know, scam, because you're just being an honest transfer of services, funds and services. That's all you want to partake in, and then you hate being involved in scams. You know, that's just the amount is irrelevant. So like just the idea of like, you know, it doesn't matter if someone took your wallet and stole $5, or someone took your wallet and stole $200. It doesn't matter. They took your wallet. And then gave back. It's just the fact they violated, you know, the security, your small view of security. That kind of sets you off. But here, you know, again, so that's why I'm kind of like saying maybe I shouldn't be laughing at that, because again, it's like if that had happened, it would be like horrific experience. Maybe I wouldn't be crying and grabbing the wall like they're doing, but that's being overly dramatic. But I'm pretty sure though I would make sure those motherfuckers they were definitely went to the nearest police station. I would not trust that her sister would be the one to turn her in. I would not have done that, but that's just me. And I'll say it because I have a history of doing stuff like that, like not like taking someone to jail, but I mean like doing a follow-up, like being wary about trusting someone else to take care of something, depending on the nature of the situation. Okay, enough of that. It was a fun story, good story. Let me mark it down now. So again, after this is made private, it'll be made available again on July the 30th. I'm going to do I think I'll just do one episode tomorrow as well. I've got today's a work day, tomorrow's a work day for me. So I'll just do one episode, you know, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Since I know my wife's going to be coming back soon from the gym. Since today she got a day off. Yeah, although she'll be working tomorrow to kind of make up for it. So it's kind of a shitty day off, but yeah, there you go. That's a working adult life for you. Yeah, for my work days are pretty much only Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's just being retired, I guess, is the retired. All right, enough of that. Thank you all very much. It's been Nuke Marine. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. If you like the series, subscribe to see more. If you like what I'm doing with this is all part of the Japanese learning. Okay, Let's Learn Japanese project. So if you like that, what I'm doing with the Japanese learning community, you can subscribe to the Patreon, as well as there's links below, as well as links to the website and the community Discord. Finally, you can hire me on commission. Commission being usually technical assistance or advice. But yeah, the hourly rates and the payments are done via the Patreon. So yeah, the direct links to that are below in the description as well. I'll be back next video. It's going to be the final episode of season 2. And like I'm saying, it's going to be followed by Kyo and NG. So that's a 7-episode series, but I'll be splitting it into 2 parts per episode. So there'll be 14 videos on that. Hopefully, if all goes well. And yeah, and then season 3, and I'll make a decision on what to do with season 3. But what I will say this: between season 3 and season 4 of Shinya Shokudo, I'll do the movies. The 2 movies, in addition to the 3 episodes of Kino Nani Tapta, the special episodes of Kino Nani Tapta. So I'll be doing those all together. I don't know if that's like supposed to be some type of, but anyway, 3 and 2, whatever. Yeah, I'll do those together. Then, so instead of this being like 5 seasons, I'm gonna treat it like maybe 6 seasons. All that. Season 3.5 is the movies. There you go. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you, Saeed, for saying hello. Thank you, E.T., for expanding on the vocabulary or the grammar or the discussion. Thank you for that as well. And I'll see you all next time.